Hello everyone, welcome to Unacademy. Myself Ajay Das. Let's crack GATE ESE with India's largest online learning platform. Get the Plus subscription now and start accessing the unlimited live and the recorded video lectures by India's top educators. Myself Ajay Das, I am MTech in Computer Science. I have a 8 plus year of teaching and I have worked as a free and I have qualified the GATE exam 5 times under the AIR 500 and also qualified the IR 8. So, my dear friends, download the Unacademy Learning app and start your preparation right now from anywhere, anytime. What you will get? That is the major question that always arises in the mind of. So, the first of all, you are going to get is a daily live classes. First thing, you are going to have a daily live classes. So, the live classes will be executed basis and you can attend any. The second thing, you are going to have a structure courses. The meaning of structure course, आपके हर एक सब्जेक्ट प्लान वे में करवाए जाएंगे एंड आफ्टर द स्टार्ट योर. एंड द थर्ड थिंग इज live test and quiz. Means it is very necessary to evaluate yourself what is your position in all India basis. For that reason, the Unacademy organized the live test. The last thing is the unlimited access. You can access the video lectures again and again until you get the entire concept. So this is the great weapon of the Unacademy. My dear friends, you can imagine if you are having a guideline under the India's top educators, then no compromise in. If there is no compromise in quality, then and these are the educators from the electrical, electronics, and civil, and these are the mechanical. Now let's come to the GATE and ESE. So if you want to get the subscriptions inside the GATE and ESE, there are various branches. According to your branch, you can opt anyone. Either from science or the electronics, you opt for the computer science and ESE, or you can suggest your friends go through the mechanical, electric, production, instrumentation, whatever their branches. But if you want to take the subscription, never forget, my dear friends, again I am telling, never forget to use my code, that is the IFA. So if you are looking for a 1 month subscription, there is a fee of 5,000. If you are looking for a 3 subscription, there is a fee of 12,500. And if you are looking for the 6 month subscription, there is a fee of 20. So if you will see upon the discount, there is a 70% discount, there is a 30. But what I will advise for go for the 12 month subscription, because you are getting the almost maximum discount, that is the 5,000. Again, if you will use my code, I get immediate 10% discount. Much minimum 10% discount, maximum. And contact me. So if you are in a second year or the third year, must be you are looking for a 2022. And in that situation, rather than going for the 12-month course, I will advise you go for the 24-month, because there is a difference of only 5,000. How much? The final fee will become the 30,000. But still, if you apply my code, that is the IFA, you will get the flat 10%. Flat 10. The final fee will become 7,000. My dear friends, in this nominal fees, no any institutes of India can provide you the guideline. Either it is the offline or it is a. So this is the most of the nominal fees anyone student from the any background can afford this. Before ending this session about the introductory session, I I I will would like to say something. The first thing is this particular code, that is the IFA which is written over here, this is not only applicable for the GATE and ESE. Please remember, my dear friends, if some of your friends are looking for the GAT, GRE, UPSC, SSC, JE, banking, CGL, whatever it is, they can apply this particular code. दोस्तों अगर आपने अभी तक इस वीडियो को लाइक नहीं किया तो अभी लाइक कर लीजिए. Okay, so you can apply this code for any one of the courses that is available inside the Unacademy platform. You can suggest your cousin brother, your brother, sister, anyone for the IIT, JEE, NEET on 9 and 10. So in all the situation, they are going to get the 10% discount. And let's come to the subject. Let's crack GATE ESE at the rate of first attempt. My dear friends, this particular session is the series of algorithm. And yesterday I have discussed some of the things related with the algorithm. That was the part one. Part one. That was the part. So today I am going to start the part two. What is this? Part two. So this is our first problem related with ISRO 2016. My dear friends, please remember, it is the ISRO 2016. So before solving any problem I have guided you, please try to read the problem very properly. Very properly. Okay, let's see the problem first of all. It is given, consider the following C code. My dear friends, this is the problem of GATE. Already this particular problem has been asked in the GATE 2007. So try to read the question very properly. See over here. It is given as int in k is equal to 1 while is less the number of comparison. What they are asking, number of comparison made in the execute and get. To solve this problem, take the value of n is we are assuming in j. So first time this loop will be executed for j is equal to 1. Second time it will be executed. Next time it will time it will execute. Time it, so my dear friends, how many times it has been executed? Ultimately we are getting right one. It is given as log of n into log into n of n, value of ln to understand or 4 and 2 or 2. So this is not an answer because the loop is executing up to 5 times. Up to 5 times. Again it is given as n. Execute. Again it is given as this one. This one means 4 because once you will log off will become whatever you are taking, either upper bound or lower bound, and this coming out to be an actual output is the ultimately there of n that. So right answer will become the. Are you getting my point? How to approach the solution of the questions? I hope things. Let's come to the next. This is the quite interesting example, which is question of GATE ISRO 270, and this is the unique example which can be asked in can be asked. So please try to read it very carefully. Following tongue int n is and this over. So we are starting I is equal to n by 2. We are moving this particular for loop executing n by times. Now let's think about this particular for loop. How many times this particular for loop is executed? My dear friends, here you can see j is equal to 1, j is less than equal to n, and j is equal to. There are two different loops. One is the outer loop, and second one we are starting from I is equal to n by 2, and in question how many times this inner loop will be executed. So if we are considering I is equal to n by 2, this inner loop will be executed log of n times. Yes or no? Because we are starting from, like, just take this particular code, understand. If the code is as it is, so how many times this will be executed? Just see upon who. Suppose the value of n is 16 of n. So I is equal to 1, the code will be executed. Next time the value of I will next time the value of I will be executed. Next time the value of I will be executed. Next time the value, and the next time the value of I will become 42. The condition get I you can will be top times the it is executed 5 times. 5 times whenever we are considering value of n is equal to, it is almost equivalent to the order of cos order of log of n coming out equivalent to, actually the actual value is 4, but due to one difference change the time complexity. Time complexity is always decided for the higher value of n, and that's why we are equivalent to the value of 5 value of. Getting my point? So ultimately this particular loop is executing order of. So, so for the value of n is equal to n by 2 is execute times. Next time the value of I will be by 2 plus 1, again it execute times, go on. Ultimately it will become n. Will again execute. We have to add on. Starting from here we are moving with this, then it executing n by 2 times. Yes or no? Ultimately it become n by 2 of n order of n. Right answer will be my point. right answer will right answer. So you can easily think you have to consider outer loop execution and the inner loop execution. My dear friends, before moving to the next articles, again I will tell you never forget to use my code, that is the IFA. That is the IFA, and get ready to get the discount of minimum 10%. Minimum how much? 10%. You can go up to the that we. Let's see the numericals first of all. Consider the following algorithm. Algorithm. So let's try to understand problem from the divide and conquer. What you have to do, you have to map the problem into the recurrence relation, and then you have to solve the answer. So this is something related with the most interesting question. So never divert your mind here and there. Just stay with me. See, algorithm A solves problem by dividing into the five subproblems of half the size. See, if this is the problem T of n, so what we are doing, we are dividing the problem into the five subproblems of half the size. Five subproblems, five subproblems of half the size. Half the size means n by 2 plus. And solving is subproblems, and they're combining the solutions linear time. What time? Linear time. Similarly, what this particular question is saying, algorithm B solve problem of size n by recursively solving the problems of size n by 2. N by 2. N will be n minus 1, because it is saying the problem algorithm B problem of size n by solving the subproblems. Subproblems. Problems of size n by 2 and combining their solution in n time. What the third problem is saying, the algorithm solve the problem of size n by dividing them into 9 subproblems of size n by 3. We are dividing the problem T of n equal to 9 subproblem of size T of n by plus, and solving is subproblems and then combining their solution in order of n. Stay with me. So from the is particular problems, we have got the three recurrence relation. My dear friends, try to understand the basic thing. See, whenever I am writing T of n equal to T n by 2 plus order of, what does it mean? This is particularly a divide time. This, and this is called solution or combined time. I'm just telling you the basic concept. So what we are doing, suppose this is the problem P. Okay, what we are doing, we are dividing the problem P into the sub problem. Into how much? The two sub problem, each of size n by 2. So divide P into the problem having n by 2. So we have divided the problem into the problem having a key n by, and this is the combined time. What we will say about this? Combine their solution in order of n, order of n. This is the meaning of the recurrence. So similarly, this particular concept we have to solve the previous limit. So let's try to understand what they are saying. Algorithm A solves the problem by dividing into the five sub problems. So we have divided it into five sub problems, and of the half of size, and recursively solving the sub problems and combining their solution in the linear time, and we are combining the solution in the linear time. Similarly, algorithm B, problem of the size n, recursively solving the problems of size n minus 1, problems of size n minus 1, and combining their solution in the constant time. Similarly, algorithm problem of the size n is dividing the nine sub problems, and of size n by 3, and combining their solution into what the final question they are asking. One of above is the best terms of complexity. So my dear friends, here we will apply the so how the master theorem work. If something is given in this form, p of n is equal to at n by b plus f of n, given as f of n. This format of the recurrence relation, and then we can apply the master theorem here. So how you will apply, this is called the divide time, and this is computed the form n to the power log of a on the base, and this is the computed as a f of n. So what you will get from here, the n to the power log of a. What is the value of a? The 5 on the base b, that is the 2, will become n to the power zero point 0.3, and what is this is given as n to the power 1. So my dear friend, just tell me which one is greater amongst them. One, ultimately the complexity will be dominated into the n to the power 9. Okay, the time complexity which is coming out to be from the above. Try to find out the value from the left hand side and from the right hand side, this first part and second part. So since the first part is deriving more value from the second part, so the time complexity dominated the constant part, and it will become this. Similarly, you have to compute the second value. The second value is given as n minus 1 plus c, as n minus. How you can substitute this value? It will again become n minus 2 plus, and this one like this, n minus plus plus the second substitute are getting in second substitute power 3 n minus n plus power 2 n plus n plus. Slowly in nth substitute will get to power n of n minus n plus power n minus plus n minus n plus. Ultimately for n value constant always the constant, take the common for n minus n minus n plus. So from this side, from this particular side, what we are getting side, we are getting the order of power. So let's try to compute what we are getting from this particular side. Of course, the G for this already I have discussed to one. We are starting from side and we are moving to the left. Plus 2 power 2 and plus 2 power n minus. The sum of the GP series is a into r to the n minus r minus 1. If r is greater, you can check the ratio of the each consecutive terms coming out to be 1 or 0 or 3 is coming out to be here r is greater. What you can write to n. We are starting from the 0 here and we are moving n minus. The total number of terms will be n power n minus n minus. Ultimately, here we can write order of right answer for the second. Let's come to the in the third. This is the 9 n by 3 plus order of n cube. In the target of n equal to n by 3 plus n square. Again, what this part is deriving, this part is deriving as order of n to the power log of a on the base b some order of n to the power log of 9 base 3 derive order of n, and this is also a order of. So from the both side we are getting the same things, and this the t1 and this is the t2. So from the side we are getting the same value. So what the master theorem says, according to the master theorem, according to the master, I hope about the master theorem. According to the master theorem, if h of n you have to calculate the h of n equal to f of n divided by n to the power log of a on base b. What is the f of n here? One is the f of n will become n squared divided by n to the power log of a, that is the 9 on the base 3, n squared divided by is 1. You can write the 1 in the form of n to the power I, where I is greater than equal to 0, where I is greater than equal to 0. It's coming out form of log of n to the power I, where I is greater than, then E of n will become order of n to the power log of a base b into log of n to the power I plus ultimately some order of n to the power log of 9 into n to the power, what value of I over here, 0 plus 1, ultimately order of n square log of, ultimately we are getting there. So one by one let's try to test it. One by one let's try to test the first situation we are getting n is equal to order of n to the power, second order of n, the third situation we are getting n order of n square. My dear friends, what the question is asking about which of the following the above best terms of the comp, मीन्स में से सबसे कौन कम टाइम पे सॉल्व होगा, कौन सा ऐसा एल्गोरिदम है जो कम टाइम पे सॉल्व होगा. लेट्स ट्राई टू फाइंड इट आउट. सपोज सपोज n is equal to 1. What the first thing driving, first we are getting n is equal to n to, or you can take the sum power 3, just replace the value 100 power power will become power 20. Okay. Second recurrence relation, what we are getting n equal to n, so you can imagine value which is coming out to be, this is not 23, this is the actually rate. The third situation what we are getting E of n square of n power 100 the power log of 2 power 100 power. What is the value of 100? Write the value of 100 like 3 power 7, because this value is 128. We are equating the value 100 with the 128. So this is of course greater than the 100. Okay, but still we are equating this. It will become 7. So my dear friends, just try to analyze over here. In the first side we are getting 2 power 240. The second side we are getting the Moore's large value, and in the third hand we are getting the this value 1 7. Out of this, which one is minimum? Answer C is time. Time. Are you getting my point? Because in the third situation we are getting the less value of the time complexity, and remaining two situation is giving you the higher. But get all the notification of the all upcoming classes. Don't forget to put your valuable comments, because from your valuable comments the many students will get the inspiration. And this is my telegram number, 92955. Never forget this telegram number for any query. And tomorrow I will discuss the shift method and the master theorems in details. So never forget to use the series of this particular session. ये हमारा पूरा सीरीज है. प्रीवियसली एल्गोरिथम पार्ट 1 कराया था, आज मैंने बताया, और कल इस सीरीज का अगला भाग आने वाला है, तो इसे मिस मत करें. ऑल ऑफ यू टेक केयर, बाय.